Hope you're doing good. It is Friday, finally. Do me a favor and hit that follow button if you do not already follow me. I would really appreciate it. Happy Friday, everybody. Doing things a little different on this stream. I was gonna hope to do some gaming after this, but I'm having some technical difficulties, and my for some reason my gameplay is not showing up on my screen. So with that being said, let's get into it. Raw this week, man, it seems like Raw is like the forgotten child, because really, I don't know, it just didn't seem like much mattered. Really the biggest thing to me was not just the match, but a lot of the talking that occurred pre-match before Baron Corbin and Kevin Owens actually got in the ring, because Corbin is alluding to Owens taking the belt off of Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble, and then Baron Corbin wants his WrestleMania moment, and he wants it against Kevin Owens. He wants to take that belt off of Kevin Owens, and I guess I'm here for it, mainly just because if it plays out with Kevin Owens defeating Roman Reigns, I'm here for it just because Baron Corbin's from Missouri, and other than that, I don't give a shit, because goddamn, Raw, like, this was the only thing. Cody Rhodes on Raw was really the only thing that mattered. I'm sorry if you feel differently, not because I care, but because you're wrong. Because honestly, Cody Rhodes and a handful of other guys, they are WWE. Sorry to say it. There's a lot of young cats like Judgment Day, but Judgment Day, that's tough to watch sometimes, man. When Dom is saying things and he's holding back his own laughter, that's not good. It's supposed to be believable, and I definitely I'm not getting that any of them believe it, really. It doesn't seem like anyone in the faction believes it, and still somehow by the end of the night they were walking away with title shots. So we'll see how that goes. In other news, Teal Piper, I don't know if you know who that is just by reading the name or hearing the name. I would hope you do. Hearing the name Piper in wrestling really only references one person. That's Roddy Piper, and that is his daughter. She had her second match in AEW this week, teaming up with Kel against Anna Jay and Ty Mello. Her first match, though, was actually at All Out in 2019, during the Dark Casino Battle Royale, where Nyla Rose won. There's Teal Piper right there. I like seeing, kids of legends in wrestling, especially if they're actually good and not just there because of who they are or who their daddy was, because that gets old. Sorry, I'm dealing with this new webcam. I really like it, but I think that may be part of the reason why my gameplay is not gonna work tonight. So we're just gonna talk this stream, and then hopefully I get my gameplay thing figured out, because I want a game. I want to do some different things for you, but it's whatever. NXT, man, New Year's Evil. Why? Jinder Mahal returning was good. His return was good. Pretty good pop. Hey, I appreciate you. And I don't know why my stuff isn't showing up on screen. But thanks, Jessica. Now I gotta fix that because, there we go. Cool. But NXT, complete fucking shit show, other than Jinder Mahal returning. Their goddamn ring ropes broke twice. And two things on that. Number one, if it was generated, like if it was engineered to break, that looks bad. It just looks like bad product. And if it wasn't engineered to break, then it's definitely bad product. Get your fucking shit fixed. This is professional wrestling. Like, dude fell out of the ring and hit his head. Like, what is this? Makes no goddamn sense. And I'm sorry, but NXT and the amount of wrestling on it compared to Raw and the amount of wrestling on it, they whoever books Raw should be embarrassed, hands down. Because if NXT simply has better wrestling just because it has more wrestling, you need more wrestling on a 3-hour show that is Raw. Dynamite was pretty solid this week, though. Couple things. Hangman defeating Mox was huge. There's a couple things that I think are really big with this. It was a clean pin on Mox, which like doesn't ever happen. And the other thing was, if you don't know who had another clean pin on Jon Moxley, it's pretty interesting to know that the second clean pin is Hangman Adam Page. And I say that because, is that an indicator that CM Punk is returning to AEW? Because the last person to pin Jon Moxley clean was CM Punk. And Hangman Adam Page was the one initially who pissed off CM Punk, and you know, that was the start of all that backstage drama at the media scrum and all that crazy shit that resulted in CM Punk not being with AEW anymore. So a clean pin on Mox from Hangman, is that a indicator? I don't know. Wrestling's all speculative once you're on this side of it, so it is what it is. But in other news, Adam Cole is back. I'm not a big Adam Cole fan, but I also don't want people hurt at home, you know, on the shelf when they want to be doing other things. And Adam Cole is definitely that person. You know, he has a history of getting injured, and I don't know. I hope he stays healthy because he's a pretty solid dude, and I think there's a lot of potential for him in AEW simply because there's a shit ton of wrestlers. But speaking non-wrestlers, Fred missing the gang in LA. This is huge. If you don't know anything about Freddie Prinze Jr. and his wrestling career, this could be big. He did a lot of writing for WWE, and you never know. There's a lot going on with WWE right now, especially the past few years. Allegations about Vince and him settling out of court and leaving the company, and you know, a lot of talent left as well, left or was let go. And you know, Freddie Prinze Jr. at an AEW event, that could mean something. Hopefully it means something good, because I like AEW, I like the product, but sometimes they need help. And the best of 7 match was kinda somewhere I felt they needed help. We all knew, we knew how predictable this shit was gonna be. The only reason the Elite didn't have the titles already is, once again, because of the CM Punk shit, them getting in a backstage fight, a real shoot fight, and they were suspended, titles stripped from them. So once they came back, they didn't want to just put the titles on them just out of the blue. so they had to make it seem like it was going to be a competition. So they put together the best of 7 series. I only liked it because I like Death Triangle. I like Lucha Bros and Pac a lot. And so the more we get to see them wrestle, the happier I am. And I like seeing Matt and Nick Jackson get hit with hammers. So that's tight. SmackDown, man. It's better than Raw, but I definitely feel like it is lacking. I oftentimes feel like, what's the best way to say this? I'm insulted as a viewer because I already know what's going to happen, and that shit gets old. Like Gunther and Strowman. We understood from the get-go that they're pushing Gunther since Vince is gone. And what better way to make him look like a monster than by beating a monster? Because that is wrestling. Wrestling is a dance. It is a play. It is theater. It is sports theater. And as soon as you can figure certain things out, you know how it's going to go. Just like I said, with the best of 7 series in the Elite, we knew how it was going to go. Granted, it provided great entertainment and hella dope matches. We were guaranteed a crazy match once a week for 7 weeks, and that's pretty tight. Simply because I don't think a lot of other wrestlers could deliver week after week for 7 weeks. So we definitely got to give it to him for that. But the booking on WWE lately, I don't know, man. The only thing I really give a shit about is Sami Zayn in the Bloodline. And where it goes from here, because the stipulation was that Sami Zayn was to take care of Kevin Owens. Now, the normal person would probably think that means win, like beat Kevin Owens for a win. But maybe that's not what was meant by Roman Reigns. So when the Usos and Solo Sikoa interfered in the match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, causing Sami Zayn to ultimately lose, it creates a pretty odd predicament, because Kevin Owens was technically beat down. He was technically taken care of. However, he lost. Sami Zayn still lost. So it sets up a lot of interesting things. And I think we will see Sami Zayn in the Bloodline and all of that implode at Royal Rumble when Roman Reigns takes on Kevin Owens. But we will just have to wait and see. On to the next thing. Rampage this week. Fucking killer. 2 things. Number 1, I love Darby Allin as the TNT champ. Number 2, I want to see more Juice Robinson in AEW. Point blank period. I think I get Joey Janela vibes from him, and I fucking love Joey Janela. It's like a goddamn white trash Shawn Michaels, and I love it. Every bit of it, I love it. So seeing Juice Robinson kind of reminds me of that. He seems like a little more polished, Joey Janela. Seems like he's maybe a little more responsible, He'll show up to matches. And it's just another new face to some people. If you've seen his New Japan stuff, and he's not too new to you. But Rampage killed it this week. I really think they did. They are building quite a bit with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz going against each other, and I see all that imploding. I like all the new faces they brought in and are bringing in. I think it's a bunch of fun. And speaking of fun, Willow. If you don't like Willow, you're fucking wrong. You are wrong. Willow is the best. Like, tonight she proved that she's not just like fun and games, haha, jumpy, It's not just like all skips and like whatever. Like, She fucking put the work in tonight, and I want to see, I've said it before, I don't know if I've said it on the stream, I want to see Willow Nightingale take the belt off of Jade Cargill. I think Willow's got what it takes. She's super over. She's been over like the entire time she's been in AEW. I think she's had some of the quickest, like the fastest trajectory to main eventing matches. So I think that says a lot. Visibly the people like her, visibly the company likes her. And when the company likes you, they'll stick with you, keep you around for a while. On the flip side, they'll kick you out and do all that they can to ensure that you have nothing to do with the sale of the company. Which is the predicament that Vince McMahon is fighting right now. But we don't really give a shit. That is rich dude problems. The only reason I do give a shit is because there's talk of Tony Khan buying WWE. And as cool as that sounds, monopolies in wrestling suck. Vince was definitely able to prove that monopolies within wrestling suck. Time and time again. Whether it was, just the big ones, ECW, WCW, or all the small ones. If AEW does end up purchasing WWE, I would hope that they keep it a separate entity that isn't ran, by the Khans or whatever. But that probably will not happen, knowing how Tony Khan is. And the dude is a total mark for wrestling, and I say that in the best way, because mark is not a bad word in this household. He's super passionate about wrestling, and it's really cool to see, honestly, because all the shows I went to, all the AEW events, Tony Khan's a fucking character, dude. Like, he loves wrestling, and I think that's super cool because, growing up watching Vince McMahon, it didn't seem like Vince McMahon loved wrestling. Vince McMahon loved business. And that's cool and all, but you gotta love the business you're in, and you're in the wrestling business, bud. So maybe one day we will be watching AEWWE, but until then, we're gonna stick with the regular shit. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go through my biggest haul, courtesy of Ringside Collectibles, and their super awesome sale. They ran like 78 Black Friday sales. I think I caught all this stuff on a Black Friday 3.0. Fucking 3.0. Not even 1.5, 2.5. So we're gonna start it out big. I had to get a couple, corny things because these reminded me of those WCW brawling buddies, bashers, whatever the hell, when I was a kid, man. These are a tad bit smaller, but I think these are sick. Got Matt Jackson and his kid on the back. On another note, I really like this new webcam because you can actually see the shit that I'm holding up for you to see. I had to get 2 of them. We got to get the dream. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. I love these things, though. I think this is sick. I hope they make more of them. They probably won't. But this next one I was super excited for. This LJN Darby. I love it. So the only thing I was really hoping to decipher on here. See that poster? Well, it says it's a poster. There is a poster inside. Okay, so all the people that are in the crowd on the poster. I have another poster. Where's my finger? That poster right there. That's for my Cody Rhodes LJN. And on that poster, there's someone in the crowd wearing a Darby Allin shirt. So before they ever announced this, I was like, hey, is that an Easter egg? Like, is that a hint that they're going to drop a Darby Allin LJN? And sure as shit. But the poster in here, there's nobody wearing another wrestler's shirt. So, is this the last LJN? Because I thought, I may be wrong, I may have seen some like fake bullshit, you know. But I thought they were gonna do a CM Punk LJN. But I don't know. Beats me. Speaking of CM Punk, I had to snag it. I thought it was super cool. I think it's pretty tight figure. I like all these figure releases. And I know they've pushed out quite a few pretty quickly. But I think that they ran this sale because they are going to like revamp their figures. Because like this Chris Jericho is awesome, but that face scan, that doesn't really look like him. But I just got it because I really like the Luminaries series. I like the older figures that they're doing. I know they're releasing an Owen Hart in the Luminaries series, so I really can't wait for that one. Hey, how's it going? But I saw quite a few, I guess, head scan previews, and I know they're releasing Claudio Castagnoli, and I also saw the Acclaimed, which, goddamn, I want that, like, now, because the homies, Pandora's Box, bro, I'm not showing my man titties on this stream. Sorry about it. It's a maybe, though. But the homies, Pandora's Box Collectibles up in New Jersey, they have the Acclaimed coming in for in-store signing, I believe in March. But I know damn well those figures aren't coming out before March. So I pulled a couple Max Caster and Anthony Bowen's cards from the AEW Blaster boxes. So I was going to hopefully send those to New Jersey, and we'll see. I will be honest. I sent a couple figures out, not to Pandora's Box, to somebody else. A well-trusted person, you know. And man, I'll be damned if the bad luck didn't catch up to me. My Billy Gunn signed, came back damaged. So, I hope that Pandora's Box has more AEW people come in, because I got a lot of AEW shit. So, this one I was super stoked about. Sorry the light's crazy, but this Blood and Guts Britt Baker, like the shirt that's in it, I fucking love it. Britt Baker's a goddamn beast. The only dentist you need, really, to be honest. Okay, so when I first started watching AEW, I thought Britt Baker was the corniest shit I had ever seen. And yeah, I was wrong. There's way like, if you watch Raw and SmackDown, you'll see the cornier shit. I saw guys in leather crop tops, and I was just like, oh my god. Reminded me of the rival guitarist, like the guitarist in the rival band from the movie Rockstar. If you know what I'm talking about, he's wearing like that cut off, like long sleeve, and he's like doing some weird shit. Like, I don't know. I just can't get, like, it has to have some depth to it. A little bit of depth and a little bit of like reality. Just like Andrade. I'm down with the suit. I'm down with the mask. The mask makes you villainous. I fuck with it. I like it. Sadly, though, I don't think we're going to see him much more. You like my heart light? That heart light really sets me apart from other streamers. I really don't think we're going to see Andrade anymore in AEW. So this is probably your last peek at Andrade in AEW on screen. Because I don't think he was happy with some stuff that went down with him and Sammy. And that is what it is. But speaking of stuff going down between people, Thunder Rosa. I fucking love Thunder Rosa. But the heat that she got when she broke Jamie Hayter's nose. No bueno. I mean, it's wrestling. It happens. I don't know how Thunder Rosa handled it backstage, but probably wasn't handled too well. But I honestly bought this from Target, and then I got online and saw that Ringside Collectibles was running the biggest, craziest sale. So I returned it to Target and bought it from Ringside and took the gamble that it would get here in one piece. So thanks, Ringside. You saved me $14. Because if you know anything about me, I'm not cheap, I'm frugal. I can't be cheap with all these figures on the wall behind me. Speaking of not cheap, big money Jade Cargill. I don't know how I feel about her, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think she's growing on me, but other than that, yeah, I don't know. She's starting to be able to wrestle, but she's been the champ for like well over a year. And if you've been the champ for over a year and you're just now getting, wrestling under your belt, you should probably not be a champ. With that being said, I believe I'm down to my last figure in my biggest Ringside Collectibles haul. And I'm really excited to finally get this figure. It's probably nothing huge to you, but you can fuck off if you don't like it. It's Red Velvet. If you're not a big fan of Red Velvet, I don't know what to tell you. She can wrestle. I think they're building her I hope they're building her to take the belt off of Jade Cargill. But, I don't know. You never know with that stuff. So, I was having technical difficulties at the beginning of the night. I'm going to switch scenes, see if my gameplay works. If my gameplay does not work, number one, I'm going to cry. Number two, I'm going to be done streaming for the night, unfortunately. The plan was to stream till 1 in the morning. But my gameplay is not showing up on my computer. Like, I'm looking at the screen right now, and the game is playing. But if I switch to gameplay, it is not showing up. So let's do a couple troubleshooty things while I'm on here. And if this doesn't work, man, I'm dipping. And it's a sad day. Yeah. I'm pretty sad about it, not gonna lie. Cause I talked about all this stuff. I did all these things. Look at this. Look at this. I made all these graphics. I spent time making this shit. And then look, my fucking gameplay doesn't work. So, it is what it is. If you don't already follow me, do me a solid. Hit the follow button. I'd really like that. I'm into that shit right now. You like following people? fucking follow me, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I had fun talking wrestling. I hope you had fun listening to me talk wrestling. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Hopefully, everything works the way it's supposed to at a later date. And if not, well, here we are. So, like I've said before, the world is tough. I'm glad you're here. I love you a whole lot. See ya.